Here we go. Here we go. Now Dean is crashing out. Almost. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Hannah, what's up?
Hey, oh my goodness. My dad voted for Trump and he's going to get on here real quick and talk to you.
Oh, are you with your father right now?
Yes, oh my goodness. Here he is. All right, Daddy, you ready? All right, here he is.
Hey there.
What is going on, sir? Why'd you vote for Trump?
Because I got a lot of sense.
So give me a little bit more than that, yeah.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Have I looked in the mirror every
Yes,
goddamn
sir.
day? Yeah, I see Dean fucking Weathers. I mean, come on.
That's why I voted for Trump.
Because of how fucking sexy I am, I just scared you away.
No,
from
you're
voting
not
for-
sexy at all. So look in the mirror again. Comb your hair.
Okay,
Look like a little boy.
Dad, calm down a little bit. Tell him why you tell him why
Now,
tell him why you
now,
voted for
now
Trump.
what can I do for you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of a diva. I'm not even mad. You're diva. I'm not even pissed. Is anybody else like find this funny? Like I find you funny, sir. You're diva. You're an absolute fucking diva. How could I ever be pressed?
Well, you can calm your language down. I'm not using that kind.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, how about this? So, what's like a policy or two of Trump's that you like?
Policies of Trump that I feel like Trump's going to bring America back like he did when he was in office before Mr. Biden took it over and destroyed it. We had 4 years under Trump with no war, and you even got a check in the mail from him too.
Well, actually, I didn't because I was a minor. But what is one policy Biden passed that was bad that really aided and abetted in the destruction of America?
Well, what's one policy that Mr. Biden and Kamala Harris did?
Yeah, that's what he's asking. You got to answer the question. What's one policy that they passed that hurt us?
They didn't pass anything.
They did.
Hurt it?
They did. They passed the PACT Act. They passed the Infrastructure Bill. They passed the Chips and Science Act. They passed a $35 cap per month on insulin. Biden passed a $2,000 per year cap on citizens buying private pharmaceuticals. They also passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which was the largest investment into renewable energy resources ever, while being deficit reducing over the 10-year lifespan of the bill. Not to mention, they approved 50% more drilling permits than Trump did. I know that's not a policy, but it led to the highest level of domestic production of oil we've ever had as a country. And there's a handful.
You hear that?
Yeah, but that don't mean they heal the veins with that $35 cap on the drugs for insulin. There's so many more drugs out there. And did you just hear about this week the pharmaceuticals under the Democratic Party had got $300 and some thousand from the big pharma companies?
Are you talking about Bernie Sanders?
I'm talking about it was not only Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
But all
Max,
of them.
thank you so much for the $5 on YouTube Super Chat. So just to specify, so what you're referencing, as it would pertain to Bernie Sanders specifically, he didn't get any money donated to him from like Big Pharma, but while he was running for president, right, employees of pharmaceutical companies, private citizens like you or I that supported Bernie had donated to his campaign, right? And that's where you get that fact that he got this amount of money from pharmaceutical companies. No, he got that amount of money from private citizens that supported the cause that worked for pharmaceutical companies. So it's a little bit misleading. I don't know. I kind of like this guy. He's funny. He's really funny. I like you. I just wish that, of course, you'd hold different political views, but I kind of like you. You know, yes, you're doing the same thing all the other Trump supporters do. You're kind of like mean, okay? Kind of being mean, but all the mean things you're saying are being presented in a very palatable, consumable manner. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, instead of being like, God, you're so ugly. Look at your hair. It sucks. You're like, have you ever?
Yeah, mine does.
No, listen to him.
You're like, have you ever looked in a mirror and maybe combed your hair? You know, anyways. So do you have a response to what I just said?
I don't have any hair, so.
It's okay. I won't either when I'm your own age. I'm balding. That's right. So what was your favorite Trump policy from his first term?
From his first term, him going in and trying to clean Washington out.
Well, I think he was
But seemed like people fought against him.
I think that he kind of added to the swamp in Washington. I mean, like, what do you think about like the whole fake electorate plot where he tried to rig and steal the outcome of the election from Biden by first denying the outcome of the election, then telling the head of the DOJ to falsely announce widespread voter fraud without any evidence, then trying to steal it back from Biden with his fake electorate plot. I think that's a really big example of corruption in our government, and that's actually going to be directed by MAGA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he added more to the corruption. That's my point, right?
I don't think so.
Well, I
How
mean,
could you add more? But when Biden came into the office and Kamala Harris looked at the corruption they brought in.
What corruption
We
did they bring
have
about?
Kamala Harris. She was the border czar, and she never went to the border but one time, and she didn't get hardly probably about 5 miles from the wall they were supposedly
Well,
building.
how's that corruption?
Not doing your job.
Wait, just saying that she didn't do good enough with the border doesn't equate to corruption. I don't think so. But if you're curious, like she tried to do her job with the border. The specific like authority that she had as like quote unquote border czar was just to like work diplomatically speaking with Southern Latin American countries to fix socioeconomic issues that exist at home, to reduce the amount of incentivization that say like Guatemalan citizens had to migrate to America in the first place, and it kind of worked. She was able to work diplomatically speaking with Guatemala and decrease migration by upwards of 50%. So yeah, man, I wasn't that mad.
And then another thing, we go back to Trump's first year term. We had a good America. What happened to it when Mr. Biden went into the office, and then we had all these immigrants come in, and they just wrote a check out for $300 and some $1,000, I think it was, last week to pay for their room and board in Washington.
Oh, dear gosh. Okay, so first of all, the America started getting worse long before Biden was inaugurated. April of 2020, we had the highest level of unemployment in 100 years. That was all specifically from the pandemic, right? And that we saw that bleed into Biden's term with inflation and whatnot. About migration, that was because of the expiration of Title 42 and deprived socioeconomic conditions in Southern Latin American countries, increasing their incentivization to come here, alongside the fact that Trump torpedoed Biden and Harris's bipartisan border bill.
Okay, here you brought up something good right there about the COVID thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, hey,
Sarah,
was pushed.
Sarah and Retro, thank you both for the $10 super chats on YouTube.
Okay, go ahead.
Appreciate you guys for that love. Retro says, love the streams, love what you do, brother. Love to see your success. You deserve it. Keep it up. We love you. Thank you so much, Retro. Go ahead.
About the COVID thing, COVID was nothing but a money-making thing. And President Biden all along had his nose up at Dr. Fauci's behind, and you know that's true. And he took millions of dollars. And why in the world before President Biden left the office, he pardoned people that hadn't even done a crime, quote, supposedly.
They're saying
But he quoted it.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Oh man, listen. I'm sorry, dude. That's me. That's me right there. I'm sorry. I couldn't take that, dude.